Okay, so let's call the meeting to order. Roll call. Thank you. Marty Schwartz, Chair.
Lynn Palmer.
Allison Witherby.
Bernie Lynch.
Sandy Berman.
Joe Krejci.
George James, Recording Secretary.
Okay, thank you very much. I will ask you now to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please be seated. You've all received a copy of the December minutes. Are there any revisions to those minutes? Okay. Anything else? Not hearing any, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Yeah.
Sorry, may I, just kind of the minutes that were posted online by Julie's email, are they different from these? They look different.
This looks like it's missing page 2, I will say.
Okay.
So that might be part of it.
Oh, page 1 and 3.
It's on the back.
It's on the back. isn't it?
That's page 3 on the back. It says.
Right.
Shoot.
Yeah, so,
So this page is not in the minutes?
Well, it's
Oh,
online.
no, it's online. So when we received the information by email, you had,
Oh,
but this one for some reason is missing one.
well, the reason I raised it is because I thought the minutes would reflect the discussion we had with the first selectman regarding the organization.
They do.
Yes.
This
It
doesn't,
doesn't, but they do.
so I don't know how you want to proceed.
Well,
The
you,
minutes would be what was then sent
yeah,
out.
we've all received minutes. This is
Okay,
just a
sorry.
copy of it. But those minutes did talk about.
Yes, I'm sorry.
discussion We had, and then that was the point that you brought up.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
That was reflected under new business. Sorry to talk so much as recording secretary.
that's okay.
It was,
I remember, it was,
yes,
read
it
it
was.
online.
Right, exactly. I did.
So what we're approving is what was sent out.
Sent out.
Sent out, right?
Okay. Any other questions, corrections? Not, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as sent out.
Seconded.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, carries. We have any new business? Now we'll move right to old business. And Joe H. Friendly?
Nothing since our last meeting, Marty. Task force will be meeting probably next month, and then we'll have something to report on. But at this point, there's nothing new from the last meeting.
Very good. Last meeting, we had all that information come out. Okay, Board of Health.
Maria's not here, but I handed out.
Yes.
Yeah. The seniors actually call the center and say that they need help. Does anybody ever call it and say, I need help with this or with that?
Oh, all day long.
They do. Like what kind of issues?
I mean, everything from, if we're on health, is there a flu clinic today, or where do I get a flu shot, or, or I'm being evicted from my apartment, or how do I apply for energy assistance, or I'm interested in open enrollment, Medicare, choices, something like that, or they call for the senior center about one of the programs.
If they're being evicted, what would we do?
Call the housing authority. Oof, luckily that isn't, yeah, I mean,
Is that a tough one?
it's a very tough one because it's happening a lot more.
It is. Maybe that's an issue that.
I think the SNAP one is I think the SNAP is a bigger issue. I mean, that's more, we can do something about that in the interim. So I don't know if everybody knows that due to the government shutdown, the federal benefit of SNAP, formerly food stamps, will not, nobody who currently has SNAP will be getting any benefits on their card in November. If the shutdown is still happening by next Friday. If it's happening, they will not get any benefits, and they need to use whatever benefit they have on their card now before October 31st. If they don't, they are gonna lose that.
Are we getting information out so they'd be aware of that?
Yes, so tomorrow I am putting out an email blast to my social services clients, all the people that come into social services, seniors, families, whatever. Give us their email, we send out blasts. We do quarterly, monthly letters, whatever it is, but we're sending out a blast about this with the information. Just the most important is use up your,
Sure.
use up your money by October 31st. We're not gonna make any promises, but we are, as a department, really trying to think outside the box about what we can do, because then our calls, the phone calls are gonna really start, because people are gonna be without a benefit to buy
Yeah,
food, you know, so.
So that's coming out from your department.
Well, I'm gonna do an email just to our social services clients. Christine Vitale's office
I was wondering
got,
if they would send something
yes,
out.
she got a big one from Department of Social Services to your and it was, the wording was constituents. I won't use that wording, I'll say, you know,
Right.
come out and buy your food, you know,
Yeah.
but
That's like
yes.
really important information to get.
It's big time.
Yeah, because
I mean,
I'm hoping it's gonna be solved by then, but there's reason to believe it won't be.
Doesn't look like,
Yeah.
it
doesn't look like it, so, that's gonna be problematic, and not just for the seniors. Seniors get SNAP. There are a lot of seniors who are on SNAP. They probably get a very small amount, but it's the families also who really rely on it. And, you know, you've all been to the grocery store, you know how expensive it is, so.
Well, can our department put out some sort of a townwide blast for food donations and make?
Well, so I think we'd have to talk to Operation Hope about that before we flood them with that. So
Right.
I think what we'll try to do is, you know, I'll call over maybe to Carlo, or maybe when Julie's back on Tuesday, we'll figure out what we're gonna do. What I've been, food pantries are sort of going by the wayside. Gift cards are where it's at, right? I mean, people, you know, then they can buy what they wanna buy and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So there have been a lot of emails going around today within all the towns that, you know, I work with, and they're all talking about what they're doing. They're buying bulk grocery, you know, they're working out with their local grocer, you know, can they buy bulk? But we don't wanna distribute the food here. I mean, we have Operation Hope, so we wanna work in conjunction with them, whether they do a food drive and we advertise that, or whether we ask for, you know, donations for, you know, for the food insecurity. Gift cards, $25 increments, $50, whatever, to ShopRite and Stop and Shop, just so we're not gonna be able to replicate what they get in SNAP, but we can try to help.
I mean, is it possible if we went to some of the supermarkets like Stop and Shop that they would be able to provide us with some?
I mean, I'm hoping, I mean, it looks like the other towns have done that, other towns have done that. Some of them have more local grocery stores like Caroluzzi's or a small, you know, Shaw's or not Shaw's, ShopRite, you know. I mean,
Yeah, ShopRite.
yeah, they're perfectly nice. I mean, we could go ask them.
With Al's Angels, ShopRite does.
I would think under these circumstances, they might be interested in helping out.
Yes.
So I think between getting more food to Operation Hope or seeing if they're gonna be able to add a third day a month for people to come, you know, they can come twice a month. You know, a food drive or whatever, but also just trying to help them stretch their. You know, we may be going back, if it continues, back to the time of, you know, during the pandemic when we used to have those mobile, you know, those food pantries. I mean, we didn't have it in Easton. That's when I worked in Easton. We did bags of food for homebound seniors, technically homebound, but it could be anybody really. And it was just a small bag of groceries for a senior that would just get them through, you know, just the basic stuff.
I didn't remember that.
Well, it was up in Easton. That's what I
Oh,
did in
in
Easton. And it was done with SWACA. So I might reach out to SWACA and see if they're gonna try to do that again. But we did mobile food pantry. I mean, I know they did mobile food pantry through Fairfield Social Services during the pandemic, and we may have to re-implement that for our
I think that
seniors.
was at Operation Hope, because I remember the big mobile food operation there in the parking lot where people pulling in, so I think.
Pulling in, picking up and going, right? So we'll try to talk to Carla and see what can be figured out. But that's the more, in my personal opinion, the more like that's happening next week, you know? The housing, the evictions and those always go on, right? I mean, that's a constant.
The food is essential.
Food is essential. It's a basic necessity. So is housing.
Yeah. That's sad.
And especially if we can get that notice out about SNAP, I think that's really important because I don't want to leave that on the table.
Because I hate to say it, to people that don't know are the recipients. They're not getting anything from, I mean, unless they're watching the news.
But I think that your average Fairfield resident, like all of us, would be happy to contribute, presented with the opportunity and are aware of that. So I think it would be good to just let everybody know we need whatever we need.
Right.
Food cards or whatever.
Finding out from Carla what they can get there. I mean, we may not be able, you know, it may be pasta, cereal, whatever. But sometimes you can buy at the grocery stores these bulk items and they give you a discount. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a 5% discount, but it helps.
But even if people were asked next time you go to the supermarket, buy a $25 gift card and then bring it to your office and you could hand out the gift cards or something. You know, people would do that. Anyway,
Good question.
Anything else regarding Board of Health that anybody has or else? No, okay.
I'm just gonna say the supermarkets this time of year are gearing up for their solicitations for Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a push on that.
I mean, it's bad timing, no matter how
It
you
is.
slice it, but it's good timing for us because we do a Thanksgiving drive, so we usually try to find where we're gonna be the host site for you know, the Basket Brigade, which is the big Thanksgiving dinner stuff. So we are gonna be providing, you know, food, not for everybody, but you know, for as much as we can. And I know Operation Hope will be also, you know, doing that too.
Thanksgiving drive a little bit earlier.
Really?
Okay, well, thank you for that. Don't go away because we're gonna be
Yeah.
calling on you in a minute. Department updates, Bigelow Center. Wendy is not here. I don't know if there's any information anybody has.
Well, I brought you the November, lots is going on, so, tonight, the reason why Brenda's not here and I'm here is because they have continued, they've started their fall series on Thursday nights where Friends of the Bigelow Center sponsor, you know, when they're tonight, I don't know what tonight. Tonight is read. Oh, I'm looking at November. So last week was, they had a giant game night, you know, and they played bunco and room, you know, and all these things, and they have a dinner that's sponsored, and, you know, there's probably 50 to 70 seniors coming, and it's just a nice, we're doing it before daylight savings, so it's safe to drive, it's so they come at 5, they're out the door at 6:30 or 7, and that's been terrific. And also, well, it goes to Veterans Breakfast, so we're having a big Veterans Breakfast on Monday, the 10th of November, the day before Veterans Day. It's always a big event at the senior center. That's the first thing right here. You know, so that'll be amazing. And you know that we have the Veterans Office right in our building, right? Right. And they've been a huge source of, you know, that's a huge help for us. It's really nice to be able to walk someone right down to the office and make the introduction as opposed to calling, right? And something else that Brenda has done with Galen Brown from Parks and Rec is they have started, they are starting these veterans coffee houses. So Galen was able to secure the pavilion, the Penfield Pavilion. So the change was, it's not the third Thursday, it's the third Tuesday of each month, but they're gonna have a coffee for the veterans there, which I think is gonna be really,
That's a very,
Really nice.
really nice idea. You know, those are beautiful, you know, facilities, and I think they get underutilized in the winter and fall months because, you know, they're not the wedding season or the whatever
Yeah.
season, but
The beach
anyway.
in the winter.
Yeah, so that, I know Brenda and Galen have started, and I think there's gonna be a good response to that.
That's very nice. Nice idea. What about focal point?
So I think we told you, I think the meeting I came to, or maybe Julie told you, we were, we did an application and were selected by the Southwestern Connecticut Agency on Aging as a senior focal point in the area. So we went to the big breakfast in Longshore, and they had it sort of like Academy Awards, you know, and they opened up the envelope and it was great. And there were some pictures, I think, posted. I didn't go up on stage, thankfully. Julie went up, Christine Vitale went up, Brenda went up, and they accepted the award. And lots of towns got them for different things. But it was a really nice morning and a nice, you know, nice recognition.
Allison, when was it? I'm sorry.
The breakfast was just the 16th. The breakfast was the 16th at the Inn at Longshore. It was sort of like the SWACA annual, you know, meeting, whatever, but it was this award presentation.
Can I just make
New
a
board.
recommendation on this? I
What?
think in the future, if we get an award like this, members of the commission should be made aware of it and perhaps be invited to go to the presentation. If I may, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe.
no, I get that. I think you had to buy tickets. I mean, I think,
Okay.
I mean, not that you wouldn't want to buy tickets, but it was a room full of Julie's and me's and, you know, it was all the,
Mostly town.
it was mostly the town workers. I mean, it wasn't
Okay.
like families and friends, you know, it wasn't like an open thing. Now, could we have had a thing where they gave the proclamation? I mean, Christine Vitale came over and gave us a focal point. I think it's some maybe breakfast or something, but not a breakfast, but I mean, she just made mention of it.
No, I just think the members of the commission
Yeah, to
should go.
Not necessarily the entire town being invited, but the.
No, but I
commission
mean,
members.
this is news to us.
Yeah.
And it's kind of embarrassing to be members of this commission and to find this out at a meeting. That's all I'm just
Well,
suggesting.
the SWACA meeting is a private, I mean, that's the SWACA advisory and the SWACA board. It's not open for the public per se.
I understand that, but if a presentation honoring our senior center, I suppose that's probably what it was. I'm just saying that in the future, I just think better communication to let us know, because
But I think Julie did let you know that we've been nominated and received it. Yeah, she did.
not that we were getting an award or that you were getting.
Well, it wasn't an award, it was a plaque.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If you walk into the senior center, you'll see there's a sticker on the door that
Okay,
says focal
Yeah,
point.
forget it then.
No, don't forget it. There wasn't, you know, we weren't trotted out or anything.
It's being recognized, yes.
Yeah, we don't know what the, the capacity is and who's invited, but I mean, if there were room to invite commissioners, it would be nice. Just because we'd like to show our appreciation and recognition of them as well, so maybe it can be done.
I'm an advisory,
Yeah,
I'm on the advisory council, so I'll ask them.
I mean, it may be possible, may not be, but if it is, I just like to be made aware of it just because we like to support it. Okay, and any staffing update?
Yes, we have we have exciting news. I think she's accepted, but I don't know. We have interviewed and are hiring a youth services, I know that's not seniors, but it's a youth services position, which the town has never had before. It's a youth social services. She is fantastic. And we met with her. Julie and I met with her, and then we had her interview with Anthony and some of his staff over at Parks and Rec, because they run Youth Town Council, and they were all just blown away. So I know that we made her the, verbal offer. I think HR has been doing their thing. I think she's coming November 3rd. We're so excited. She is really terrific. And it's a new position for our department, new position for the town. She did this down in Darien for about 8 years, and I think we're gonna be in good shape. She's not gonna do like what we do. She's not gonna be boots on the ground doing counseling, stuff like that. She's gonna be getting out and getting stakeholders to come to try to bring awareness for our youth, you know. Bringing stakeholders together, being in the schools, being a presence, you know, it's a missing piece that we haven't had.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sort of interested in what, it sounds great, but exactly what that position would entail.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know when we when we get going. I mean, you know, she's not gonna be a counselor. She's not sitting in our office doing crisis intervention, you know, because they're at school all day, right? So, but she will be hopefully interfacing at the school. She
So
will,
they'll be working with youth that are having challenges at home or that be mostly what?
and working with the juvenile review board, you know, the prevention, you know, the youth, you know, working with them, getting, you know, getting stakeholders together, we want to get education out to the public about all these things that are so important, all these different topics that are important to adults, parents, children, digital safety, suicide aware, you know, all the things, and we just don't have somebody.
So would she be working at all individually with young people or not? Is it-
No, I don't think that's gonna be off the bat, no.
Okay.
No.
Perhaps she'd be working on, like, if there's concern, I know there's concern about young people with these motorized bikes and scooters and stuff.
Big time.
I really worry
Big
about that.
time.
But I mean, would she be working in terms of safety with that or coming up with regulations in terms of how
I
they
don't know if
should?
she'll come up with regulations, but I think she might bring together a group to talk about that. You know, she did that in, it was a blank slate in Darien, and she went through and, you know, we're starting with one person and we're hoping that we could have more people, you know, down the road, but right now she's gonna be coming in. Maybe if you want her, she could come to one of these meetings. She's fantastic.
It was in the
Very
paper
impressive.
about
Yeah, yeah.
that, about
Oh,
parents have to let their kids be mindful of traffic. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, I really worry.
really,
about
you
that.
have to tell them this?
Yeah, no,
That's probably parent education.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's a
think
whole-
they need
a whole other topic.
education.
Parent
Scary.
workshops or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of work for her to do, so I'm happy that she's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
on board. And I can see a job description at some point, but again, it's sort of
Yeah.
not in our purview, but I find it interesting.
And kids dealing with other kids at school, that's an issue too.
So, yeah.
We had a meeting with the superintendent, some of the police staff, you know, to talk about the gaps. What are the gaps? And she's gonna hopefully fill in those gaps. I have 100% confidence that she's gonna fill in those gaps.
Would
She,
there be a chance we could meet with her one meeting?
yeah, that when she is on board, she could come by for a. She's terrific.
Okay, super. Anything else, Allison, that like to?
No, not that I can think of. I'm sorry, we have another part-time position that we're trying to fill. At social services, who would be boots on the ground doing energy assistance, you know, all the things that we all do. And one last thing, I have a little plug. We've really been doing a lot of great group work. We have a number of groups going. I inherited Let's Talk, which is it's just a weekly group, but they come like clockwork. And I mean, they cram into, you know, the room that was the old store, Silver Bells, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
tiny. There's like 11 of them all jammed in there. I'm like, we could go to a bigger room, but no. Anyway, that's been great, but we have a caregiver support group that I'm doing right now. And one of my other social workers is doing the caregiver support group maintenance. So they're meeting once a month. So they've graduated. I have a long list of people who want to get going with this grief group. have any takers right now, so now it looks like it's gonna hopefully fall to me or maybe the new person. And then we have, we'll have another, we're gonna have another caregiver support group starting up in the new year. So we're combining the groups for November and December. But the groups have really turned out, we'd like to bring low vision back. That had been a group at one point, but just haven't gotten the traction yet.
They come up in regard to planning, future planning for seniors in terms of, how they would be able to deal with situations where they're not capable of handling situations on their own and looking ahead to plan for that, what options exist in terms of that planning.
I think the Bigelow Center does a great job of getting a lot of good, classes, education. Like today, I think someone from SWACA was there, or sometimes we have a elder care attorney come in and just talk about, something basic from a living will to, they don't talking about their own personal estate planning, but just what to think about. People, older adults who have maybe disabled children, what are they gonna do once they're gone? We get that a lot. So I think we
What
do a
options
good,
exist for that.
what options exist, many, but we do get people in to address that, so I think those classes are pretty robust. I think Mark Barnhart came and talked about the housing stuff. I mean, they're standing room only, so they're all coming to that, but sometimes I never even see all that. That's all happening while I'm over on my side of the building. But I do think that there's good education around between us and the library and SWACA. There's a lot of education out there. But when we mention it, when we go through our intake, do you have we're not asking about living wills and stuff like that, but we ask, do you have do you have an attorney? Do you have ask the questions.
Okay. Well, Allison, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Anything else anybody would like to bring up before we adjourn? For me. Or nothing.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. I didn't know.
Thank you very much for joining us. Allison. We appreciate that.
Of course.
And a motion to adjourn.
Jared?
Second. We're adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.